don't know if you're going to kneel down in assembly ground to 12 o'clock.
Your hair is too long. Go and cut it off.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lola if this is your first time here. And we have...
My name is Oma.
Oma is a guest on Lola Daily. And as you guys know, you already know what this video is all about. So we're about to run you through our secondary school experience.
Yes.
We were brothers.
Yes.
And it's gonna be such a very interesting one. So sit back, relax, and don't go anywhere. Let's get into it. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, yeah, everyone knows that schooling in Nigeria is different from schooling in the Western world. Yeah. Very, very different. First of all, there is no freedom of speech.
No. We
can start from there. There's no freedom of speech. And you know that already, so it's like a norm. If it's something you especially if you grew up in Nigeria, you know what to expect just from living in, you know, this part of the world. You know what to expect. And obviously that's not to leave out education as well.
Exactly.
Where teachers feel like they can rubbish you anyhow, do whatever, and expect your parents to, you know, pat them.
Yes, exactly. Give them the thumbs up.
Give them the thumbs up for doing whatever. It is really crazy. I started boarding in GS2. Oma started.
I started in SS2.
In SS2?
Yes.
Wow. It's so funny that I felt like, I think hearing this, I know you've told me before, but hearing this again makes me really think back, because I feel like I had Oma like all through secondary school.
Connected so much.
I saw you and it was like chemistry.
It was, because she walked in. I remember I resumed before her, and then she walked in. Right, I think I resumed 1 week before you. And then she walked into the hall. I'm like, wow, this girl's definitely, it is the Dami. Okay, because everybody kept talking about, oh, Dami hasn't resumed. Oh, when you meet Dami, oh, you see Dami. Oh, Dami. I'm like, okay, fine. So when she got into the hall, we were reading. It was like prep.
Yeah.
So she walked into the reception in front. I was like, oh, this is Dami. She's going to be my friend. She has to be my friend. And I think after a while, it didn't take time, but that was very friendly.
We really just clicked. Myself and Ioma really clicked. Like, I can't explain it.
And you were asking me about something about my experience in boarding school.
Yeah.
I promise you, if Dami wasn't there, I'm sure I would have lost my mind. Because she was like...
We really kept each other grounded. Like, we really could... It was like we were each other's leveling space. Like, we just really kept each other sane. We had like our dreams.
Yes, and I really like the same thing.
And we had like common interests, and we had like these things that other people didn't get, but we understood, and we really just like connected on it, and we're so excited about it. But like good memory would be obviously meeting you.
Yes.
Because I remember like everyone had like their own clique, and for me, I feel like I didn't really connect with anybody per se, because one time I'm close with this person, the other time it was very unstable. Till you came, yours was quite like constant. It was there, but then, you know, like obviously still young, so it wasn't like a thing where you had this friendship. Everyone was just in your life, or not.
Exactly.
So that was how it was. The process. That's really how it was.
Exactly. It was like, friendship at that time was like, let's just see. We didn't even put meaning to it. It was
mostly like we were in a condition where you were in the same class. So because you're in the same class, you roll together. So we're just conditioned to roll together based on, okay, so would you want to roll with your juniors or your seniors? It's not going to work. So you have to just roll with your sets. Yeah, that's what we...
Exactly. I think at first, because we're not in the same class, we're in the same set.
Yeah.
But then she was beside my class. But I think it was a time where we were in the same hostel.
Yeah.
And it was like, God.
It was the best. It was the best. It was short-lived because they usually just change every time. You never know. But it was the best time to just have Ioma around.
I'm telling you.
Trust me, it really was nice. What would you say, I know we have like a list of bad memories. Like, we would literally call it bad memories. But what would you say is like the top memory for you?
Okay. I remember a couple of times where we were on a Saturday, like you can never tell how the owner of the school will just walk up to you and say, your hair is too long, go and cut it off. Like, I was always living in fear because my hair, why would I cut it off? Like, people should just pick random people.
Weekends were unpredictable. Like you don't know what you get. Like,
cut off your hair. Your hair is too long. Why need to make your hair? Or I heard the student made your hair for you. Cut it off. Like, it was like
or like you're pulling the boys.
Yes,
or like you're doing this for the boys, or like there's a different sass to you.
Like
you're feeling yourself too much, so you need to go about. And it was a thing where they really wouldn't even ask for your parents' consent. They would literally
go ahead and do it.
Get a barber and get rid of your hair.
Are supposed to accept and okay.
I'm a living testimony that I didn't lose my hair in that school.
No, I didn't.
It's a big deal. So my sister lost her hair. My sister had to.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, she lost her hair because it just looked like, oh, that was the next thing. What can we do to, whatever? And it was like, great. So my sister did cut her hair.
We were supposed to have like a calm Saturday. I mean, the whole week has been stressful. And Saturday is supposed to be everything. Saturday morning.
You never know.
You never know.
You don't know if you're going to kneel down in assembly ground to 12 o'clock.
You don't know if they're punishing you.
You don't know.
You don't know. You're just living in fear.
Yeah,
you can't
anxiety.
Iron. They say don't iron more than 2 clothes. Don't iron more than. It was just really. What is this? The fact that we had everybody had to be like I felt like everybody had to create a type of serenity or something,
safe space for them, for an escape.
Yes,
I think we just had to switch something off, so not to feel like we couldn't internalize everything we were going through, because it felt like it is what it is. This is education in Nigeria, and it didn't seem out of the ordinary at that time.
Yes, exactly.
It just felt normal.
Exactly.
It just felt like, because to be honest, other boarding schools had like way worse experiences from seniors doing whatever and doing all that. They had extreme experiences. So you feel like yours is a bit
manageable.
Yeah, like it's the norm, because you don't know what you're gonna get in the other school if you go there. So it felt really normal. For me first, I would say, what would be like the most this is in a sense of like during school hours. It's usually would be assembly.
Why?
Because you never know what you're gonna get on the assembly ground. Never know if you're gonna be called out and you're going to be publicly disgraced.
Yes.
It could, remember, obviously in SS3 that would be the last year of senior secondary, and there was this situation that happened over the weekend on Saturday, and you get disciplined for it already. Like, once it happens, you get disciplined for it. You get crucified, name it. You get penalized, everything for it. And once Monday comes in, you know that whatever, like, you're going to church, you're going to have breakfast, but in your head you're like, this is gonna be crazy. Like, something is gonna go down today, and I would be the topic of conversation. And at that point, it's like, oh my God, can this world just crumble? Like, can this world just crumble? Can it just wrap? Like, and then assembly finally comes, and your tale gets talked about, and everybody in school, but JS1 to SS3, and teachers and non-teachers, whoever can hear, because obviously there's a microphone involved.
Yes.
Whoever can hear would hear your name specifically and what you have done. What you have done.
Just going to
it would
It just
it would be so you have to get a thicker skin. You have to get a thicker skin. So when it comes, it's like you have to be ready to brush it up. It was such a very mentally unstable situation. Like you had to switch things off so you couldn't internalize things. So you could just like you would literally just get talked down and penalized in the most dehumanizing way, and you just have to be pumped up for the rest of the classes, like the rest of the day. So you start your day based on that. Like it's bad enough that the weekend went so rough and crazy already, but then the week has to start that way. So Monday morning, you expect your tail, expect to be ratted out again, and expect to relieve the whole situation again. And obviously
thinking about everything is just really giving me like goosebumps because I just remembered how we were like in a kid-like situation.
Oh yeah, we used to talk about
you can't really look outside, you can't really see what's going on.
Everything was just so gated.
You're just coming back is the same.
And it was such a small space. If you look at it, it was such a small space.
Just a small space.
And the intense need to read. You had to carry a book if you're going to make your hair. In case they see you making your hair without reading.
You can't laugh really, you can't be joyful.
You can't be too joyful.
Always be. You have to be like this.
Stoic, yes. You have to be just very
straight face.
Sad. You have to be very sad. You have to be very sad.
That you're happy. That was the school we went to. You can't even show you're happy. Like it irritates the elders. Let me put it that way. I don't want to be specific, but it really irritated the elders a lot.
Yes, it irritates some of the superiors to see that. Oh my God! Why could they be happy? Yeah. They would pick on little things like your uniform. Oh, it's too ironed.
Too short.
No,
too ironed.
Too short. I can understand. They would pick on things that is too iron, and they could see clear gators, and why is that?
And is that what you're spending your time doing? Instead of you to read, you are ironing. You spend
your time. So then they had to ban gators. So anytime you ironed, you had to make sure it was straight. So there was no trying to do whatever folding to iron and all that. So you had to just be very straight with it, because that could attract the guys.
Yes, that could attract and then they had to ban the
styles.
We started doing all back, playing all back, so that we don't start doing.
And you then had to do all back being congruous. By the way, it had to be all the way back.
And I think the issue was
because, style, nothing.
I think the issue was because the owner of the school went to an all-girls school.
Okay.
So if you went to an all-girls school, why create a school with boys and girls in it, and then you expect to instill some values of how many years ago into, like, she was just forcing us not to mix. Okay, that's fine. You don't want us to mix with the boys, but we're in the same environment, right? She felt
really. Do you know that also kind of scarred me?
Our waking up and our sleeping was because we're doing it for the guys. You can't have your own hairstyle. You can't be happy because you're doing it for the guys. You can't iron your clothes because you're doing it for the guys. You can't wash your clothes during the day or after
I think that's why they did more public, what they call public disgrace. So whatever guy was probably looking at you, or whatever guy you were fancying in their heads, because it really is crazy to really think that was what everything was all about. But whatever guys you were fancying would now see you being ridiculed, and that would just I don't know what that was gonna do. But
that ain't me.
Yo, mate.
That ain't me. You say was your most embarrassing moment?
Most embarrassing moment for me. Oh my God, did I have any? You know why? I would say I didn't have any? Because I think I grew a thick skin.
Okay.
But I would say, okay, maybe the first time I came in, because I resumed in GS2, and this is very, very funny. So, it was announced on the assembly ground, Almighty Assembly Ground, the place for announcement, that I was coming from the UK, or like they had heard about the secondary school from the UK. So it looked like this is someone born and bred in the UK coming to school.
Oh.
Do you understand? So this is me, living in Nigeria, and the hype was already there around me. So imagine me coming in and everyone expected an accent.
I don't know that story.
Everyone expected an accent and I had nothing to give them. And I think someone even said, I can't remember what it was. I think one of my classmates as a day said, wait, why is she talking?
I'm sorry.
It's actually funny. And I remember that person, I think it was Sinayo, I can't remember, saying, where's your accent? Or something. And I was a bit lost. Not until Oluchi came to explain to me that, we're talking from the UK. So the clear thing was my mom had heard about the school from a friend of ours in the UK we are. And, our friend was also going to, our friend's kids were also going to the school. So, she had good stories about the school, and good stories in the sense of they're very disciplined, they take academics seriously, and trust an African mother to feel like, discipline. That's where I want my kids to be. So that was quite embarrassing because I was like, why is everyone expecting an accent from me? I don't have anything to give you people. I am just the normal Nigerian girl.
My embarrassing moment. I don't think she remembers.
Oh my god. Because there's so many.
Social prefect. Was it social prefect? Assistant head girl.
What's that?
Sorry, what she just said? Yes, assistant head girl asked us to come on stage to lead the morning devotion. Please listen to my voice. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear Lola's voice?
How do you pick two husky voices? Like your picks were, I'm gonna pick the girls with the most husky voices. No. Let's say that reputations.
People laughed.
How do you pick? I think it was just very intentional.
That day, how
do you pick two people with the most masculine, feminine voice? It was like to come and lead.
I completely forgot the lyrics to every Christian song. I said, tell me now, sing.
I didn't take the mic because I had a reputation to preserve. But you might have to be the sacrificial lamb. I mean, I did the prayers, didn't I?
I think so.
I did the prayers, so it was always going to be shared in between.
The praise is supposed to be shared between us. Right? So I was like, that means I'll take that as your thought. She said, who are you? Because we can't sing. Like, we literally, and my crush at that time was there.
Who was your crush?
I'm not going to mention.
No, like Mountain. Who was your crush? I don't know him.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man.
Yeah, we need praise and worship. That was chaotic. How was
we went off the stage like
no, it was crazy.
Really embarrassed. So that was my most embarrassing moment.
How was visiting day for you? Because obviously we always had visiting days.
Yeah, visiting days were very. I always look forward to it, but the fact that the school never really allowed us to take in provisions. So you have to eat everything, eat up everything.
Well.
The parents
you have to stop everything.
Stop everything in your mouth while you were downstairs. If you try to sneak in one or two things, there's always going to be somebody who goes off to report you somehow. Somebody will know, and then they start searching the hostels and.
You know what's so funny about visiting day for me? Yeah, visiting day felt like a normal day because obviously my parents were abroad and my grandma couldn't leave the house to come because of her health, so no one came for me. But something was so interesting with our set. I don't know when it started. I think it started before you or after, or when you came in. So visiting days would now be a case of everyone bringing out their food that they had, their parents had given them, and everyone would share it with each other. Yes. We would literally pass it around and eat from each other's meal, and it was such a very, how do I put it?
It was really thoughtful.
It was really thoughtful.
It's sort of,
and it was so sweet. So those were the good sides of boarding house and all that. Do you remember how you could get easily debarged
as a prefect?
As a prefect.
Yeah.
If you get you know, this honor and you're badged as a prefect
and you do something, you're supposed to be perfect. If you're a prefect,
you don't even get like
perfection.
You don't get warnings. You don't get warnings. So it's usually short-lived. It's usually short-lived if
you are not perfect.
If you're not like a perfect human being, like if you're not like perfect,
you have to.
You could easily get like the glorification of the badge and the position is always short-lived because you never know.
You have to be
upright.
No, really upright. You have to have this eye service. Give this eye service thing.
You have to be working. And then we used to have situations of, obviously, because I mean it's so bad that we had the situation of, you know, no styles that are enticing to the opposite gender, and you know, you had to no accessories on your hair, of course. And there was a situation where the head girl that said, my friend at that time, my very, very close friend, decided that she could, because I had this hair accessory, it was just this little hair accessory on my hair, and she literally pulled it on my hair, off my hair.
Oh really?
Yeah, at that time.
And that was like,
I was, you know, I was a prefect at the time, and it was a bit, you know, you could literally tell me I probably just forgot myself, you know, weekends, had it on my hair over the weekend. I probably forgot myself to take it off because that's the rule, and you know, we obviously have to abide by it, even as much as it's so absurd. You wonder why it has to be that extreme. And I literally had my friend in head girl position, head girl, whatever, mask on, pull this clip from my hair to take it out of my hair. But you know, she had to do all that because it's expected of her. It was the stance that they had to be in to show that they were working. Like the fact that they could, they could like cross the line and just go beyond and above,
like
just like the school standard is and the school culture is to be, you know, toxic and very suffocating.
The head girl before the head girl she's talking about in our state, her very close friend.
Very, very close friend. She's a very close friend of mine.
She's even okay.
She was
the last one.
To the previous one.
The previous one was on her classmates' toes. Like people did not.
The previous one, it's you don't know what to now make of them. But I like if you look at it now, looking at it with, you know, like my present lens and trying to gauge what all that was about. It was the case of if they were not doing that,
they would get embarrassed with the bad.
Yeah, if they were not like doing things that were, you know, offending their friends or whatever, no matter how disregarding it was or degrading it was, it looked like they were not doing what they were appointed, the role they were appointed for as the head girl or the head boy. So they had to be very.
I think they just had to be doing too much extra. I think that was
so they had to be extra.
So now we are switching from the whole boarding school experience to the main school experience.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the academics aspect.
Oh, the academics aspect. So wait, what I would say, they really have a good standard in academics. Like the way the standard is really high. And it actually really helped me with it helped me academically. I'm not gonna lie, it really helped everyone. I mean, we had cases of people leaving the secondary school, our secondary school, and then going to other secondary school and getting A's and B's, and then coming back and getting D's and F's. Like it was very
the standard
was very high. The curriculum was very well prepared. It prepared us for uni.
It really did, and it also, for me, it really helped me become. I was really shy I was not outspoken before I got into that school. So when I got there, I learned how to be outspoken. I learned how to be myself, because everybody's like accepted. It's not like every people are like, I don't like this one, stay in your corner. Like, they accepted. You can be fat, you can be slim, you can be tall, you can be short. I think our set was like the best. We really did this whole family thing.
Yeah, we had our fights, we had our bickerings. Remember one time one senior punished someone from our set, and we all left like the prep room.
Oh really?
Oh my god. Ioma was not around, but there was a time that to show you how much of like we had like this bond, our set, and that case was so funny. It felt so unified, and we were furious. Obviously, we couldn't, be rah in the face of that senior, but we literally kind of just, when it was this silent agreement that we just felt it was so uncalled for, and everyone just packed their bags and left for the hostel. She apologized anyway to that person. Okay. The fact that Yoma doesn't know this tea, and it looks like, I'm a bit shocked that you didn't know, because I feel like we lived it together, and it's so shocking that you didn't know that story.
I was not even wish, because from where I was coming from one school where as an SS1 student, if your SS3 student tells you kneel down or punishes you, you have to do exactly what.
That is literally how it is in Nigeria. You just have
to kneel down. You have to.
It really.
So I came to this school when I was in SS2, right? I came over when I was in SS2, and then SS3 students would tell SS2 students kneel down, and then a lot of SS2 students would be like, "For what? Why?" Imagine waiting so bad to get SS3 to be able to do that. And you're not able to do it.
Because it really wasn't that extreme. Because of what you had. So to be honest, I think that was curbed. Like, there wasn't much of bullying allowed. Yes. You couldn't just bully people, and people could stand, for themselves. Yes. When I came in GS2, mind you couldn't do that.
Oh, really?
When I came in GS2 and you had, those seniors in SS3 and all that, it was more of like an hierarchy situation, an hierarchy system going on. But then it started being a bit lenient as time went on, and what not?
The school, did it contribute to your mental health, or did it affect your mental health? What do you think in relation to your mental health and your well-being? What do you really think, what would you rate the school?
Oh, so I would rate it a 0. I would rate it a 0. The mental health situation was in a mud. The secondary school broke a lot of people. It did a number on a lot of people. And I would like to say I was smart enough to know that I had to turn off anything that would make me take in things to the point where I am now overthinking, and I'm now assessing every details. I knew I had to switch it off. Whatever button it was, wherever it was, I knew I had. So that was really how I made it through 5 years. Literally.
For me, I knew that it was just a year thing, a year and a half. So
a year and a half. You're lucky, baby.
I'm going soon. So I really went in there. Thank God I had people like Dami and for the days then.
No, seriously.
So it was like I had like to switch off one thing, like she said, where I was not really feeling the whole heat or the whole anger. Anyways, it was an experience I don't want to experience again. Anyways, but it was an experience.
There were the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the very ugly. Very, very, very ugly. Remember, sidebar. I don't even want to go into it. We will not leave here if we go into it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for sitting around and listening to this
Lola.
and enjoying it. Thank you so much, Oma for coming to my YouTube channel and doing this with me. I love you, baby. How many years have we been doing this? We are like more than 15 years in now.
Yeah, I think 14 years.
Are you
14 years?
14 years?
Yes.
We're doing it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what your toxic, whatever it is, wherever you lived, what your education experience was just like, you know, whatever country, is it in Nigeria, was it in the UK? I mean, I know so many stories about, like I've heard so many stories about schools, secondary schools in the UK and how the structure is as well. I mean, there's always something with every culture in every country as well. So just let me know in the comment box what it was. Let's just interact. Let's just, you know, relate and have so much fun. Thank you so much for sticking around to this video. It's your girl Lola and is Bye guys. Subscribe, like.
See, but if you go and look at the video, just start the video. Just do pre-shoot. No, look at it.
I like it's for my sore throat.
I will lick something to support my.
You be eating.